Good morning and welcome to our weekly hangout video. I'm sorry, I'm completely out of my routine. I know I haven't filmed a pet pairing video in a really long time. I have not discontinued the series, it's just that I went on a unplanned hiatus, so I'll be back. We will start doing our pet pairing videos on Wednesday again, I promise, but I need to get back into my routine. So at least doing videos once a week keeps me somewhat going. The other reason I'm not here a lot is because I feel like since I haven't really bought anything new, I'm going to start doing my makeup so we can, get going. I'm going to take my Inglot eyeshadow base as usual. Because I haven't really bought any new makeup in the past 2 months, literally the Guinevere lipstick from Pat and the eyeshadows from Wycon, the single eyeshadows from Wycon, are the only thing I have purchased in the last 2 months. And because I have nothing new to show you and I've done quite a bit of content already with older stuff, I thought, oh, maybe people are getting a little bit bored with, no new makeup. But hey, I'm not going to buy things just for the sake of buying things, as you know. However, I do have an update because there's finally something I am really excited about. I was minding my own business at work the other day and I opened my phone and I saw, I think by mistake I opened YouTube instead of another app that I was planning to open, and then I saw that Claudia from B.O.B. Mindset had posted a video with images of 3 absolutely glorious looking palettes from Prada. So Prada have this beautiful quad format that they released about 2 years ago now. They have 6 palettes in the range now, which are in their permanent line. There was a limited edition palette for the holidays this past year, which I didn't buy. And honestly, I've been wanting for them to release something that's entirely neutral, because these pops of colors are really fun. But I feel like for a lot of people, they were the color that they would never use. And, I love that formula so much. I really wanted to have something that is, beautiful neutrals, maybe with a little duochrome twist. And that is exactly what they're giving us. I'm so excited. So we're going to be using as many as possible products from Prada today. I have a good amount of things from them, but it's not like they have a really extensive range. I am going to mix my Prada Reveal foundation in the shade LN5. Is this LN5? I haven't used it in so long that I don't even remember what shade this is. I think this is LN5. I'm sorry, these letters are too small for grandma to see. I think it's LN5. It's too light for me. I can't really use this foundation if I don't really mix it with something else. Maybe now that I'm at my palace it would be okay, but I would just rather mix it with my 2N1 from Estee Lauder so that I make a good shade match for myself. So I saw the video from Claudia and I got really excited and I literally couldn't wait to go home and watch the video. And as it turns out, these 3 new palettes, which are, at this point, I'm just going to mix in the Prada foundation in here, just like this on the back of my hand. The 3 new palettes currently are only available in the Italian Sephora, so unfortunately, if you, like me, got overly excited and thought, oh, I want to buy these right now, hold your horses. They are not available for purchase yet anywhere else besides the Italian Sephora. And there was, interestingly, a comment from someone who lives in the Netherlands who commented under Claudia's video that they managed to make an account in the Italian Sephora and purchase these. And I would really like to know, where in the multiverse are you? Because I went on the Italian Sephora yesterday because my hands were just itching so badly. And the only place they ship to is Italy. So please tell me, how did you get the Italian Sephora to ship to the Netherlands? I mean, I'm going to be patient. I'm just going to wait for these to be available at retailers. I really hope that they're going to be available on the Dutch Look Fantastic, because that's where I've been buying my Prada makeup the last couple of months, because Look Fantastic has fantastic sales and Prada makeup is often excluded from their discount codes, I must say. However, there are also plenty of occasions when Prada makeup is included in the sales and you can get their stuff, I don't know, 10, 15, 20, 25% off. I've bought Prada makeup on Look Fantastic 25% off. So ideally, I would wait for them to be available on our Look Fantastic and purchase them there. Also because I just realized that in fact even the full price on Look Fantastic is cheaper than getting them from the Prada website itself. Their quads are 80 euros on the Prada website and they're 74 something on Look Fantastic. So I think it would really be the smart thing of me to do to wait for these to be available on Look Fantastic here. Now, I'm going to do my concealer, but before I do my concealer, I wanted to share something. So I told you how I basically was about to pan my Dior Skin Correct in the shade 1N. I scraped the walls, and now there's almost nothing coming off, and what's coming off is quite dry. So I'm calling this one quits, and I took my new one out. And my new one is not the exact same shade, okay? It is still the shade 1N, but you can see it's not the same shade that is in the container. So I need to correct for that, because I really do like this shade. It's such a good match for my skin. It's just a tad lighter than my usual skin. And I can wear this one right now because I'm at my palest, but in a few months, as soon as I see a little bit of sun, this will just be too light. And I don't like that. So I'm going to make a little concoction. Oh, just in case you wanted to also have it demonstrated on a swatch, here is the old shade that I have, which has also a little bit of like a peachiness to the tone. And here is the new one, which is significantly lighter, and I feel like maybe more neutral based. I mean, it is called 1N, but I mean, they're like different shades. I understand there can be batch to batch differences, but this is a very unfortunate batch to batch difference. I would really prefer to have the old shade. Anyway, I'm going to correct that though, and the way I'm planning on doing this is I have here my Chanel Sublimage concealer. So this baby right here, and as you can see, this has a beautiful peach tone to it. It is a little bit deeper. It is in fact deeper than even the 1N that I had before. Oh, and in case anyone was curious, both of these are from the reformulated version of this concealer. I've never had the older version, so I can't really say how that was, but in terms of formula, I've really enjoyed this even new reformulated version of the Dior Skin Correct concealer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little spatula, I'm going to grab a fair amount of the Chanel Sublimage concealer, and I'm going to shove that in here, mix it up, and hope for the best. I mean, these are both beautiful concealers. They're very similar. I'm just going to do this. They're very similar in their functionality because they are both hydrating. They both have a beautiful, you know, hydrating finish underneath my eyes, which is what I love about them. Okay, I think that was a fair amount. I shoved a little bit of that in here, and I'm just going to mix. And I don't know how much I will need to actually correct the color. I think it will be quite a fair amount. I'm going to stop adding more color now, and we can maybe do a little bit of a comparison swatch again. So this is my improved version of the color, where I added the Chanel Sublimage. Let's see if I'm getting somewhat closer to the old shade. Marginally. Doesn't seem like... Well, I feel like there's a bit more peachy tones in here now, so maybe that's sufficient. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of my new concocted 1N, where I usually conceal. And we can get back to discussing the new quads from Prada Beauty. So there are going to be 3 new quads. They're named 7, 8, and 9. I don't exactly know the actual names of these. You know, they have numbers and they have names, which leads me to believe they're going to be a permanent release because the older palettes are also named 1 through 6. So I'm guessing these are just going to be the new additions. About time there are new permanent additions to this collection, because it's been 2 years. Prada has, you know, waited long enough. And what can I say? If you like neutrals, you're going to be really excited for these, because there is a whole lot of variety in the neutral tones. Excuse me, there is a hair right here in my eye. Okay, cleaned up. There's quite a nice variety of the undertones in the different palettes. There are, you know, somewhat cooler tones, warmer tones, neutral tones, and like I said, there seem to be a couple of metallic duochrome shades, which I'm also very excited about. I'm quickly going to do my brows with the Too Faced Laminating Brow Wax. However, I have no idea when and where they're going to be released. There's zero information about that. Claudia got this information from Amit Beauty Talk on Instagram. She got that from somebody else who probably just spotted them on the Italian Sephora, but further than that there is no information. Like, the official Prada Beauty website has zero information, but to be fair, they're rather terrible with announcing release dates of things on their Instagram, because I remember when I was impatiently waiting for the green setting powder to be released in Europe, there was literally zero information. I want to say that product just popped in different countries, and then all of a sudden it was in the Netherlands, available in the Netherlands as well. And they're just not very informative when it comes to the exact timelines of their releases. I'm going to bronze up with the bronzing brick from Victoria Beckham in the shade 2, and I'm just going to mix the two shades together. So if anyone has any information... Oh wait, I didn't set my foundation, excuse me. So let's do that with the beautiful Reveal, what is this called again? The Rebalancing Setting Powder from Prada. It has this beautiful like green minty color, which is meant to color correct. I absolutely love this powder. I've talked about it so many times on my channel, but in case you wanted the recap, lightweight, undetectable, keeps your foundation in place for hours and hours. I absolutely love this product. This is my new favorite setting powder. I think I like this one even more than the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush, and I was loyal and really diehard for the Charlotte Tilbury one for quite a while. So this one has sort of dethroned the Charlotte Tilbury one. I really like it. If anyone has any sort of information on when these are going to be released, please do share. Are they meant to be some sort of a spring release and they're coming sometime in March, or are they available at more places? I'm just dying to know when these quads are coming, because they're literally the first new like big release that I'm excited about. I mean, the Wycon eyeshadows were not necessarily a new release and not like a big important release at that. They were just like a happy accidental find. Guinevere from Pat is as old as it gets, and I haven't really been excited about anything new that's been released in the past couple of months by any sort of brand. Mid-tier, luxury, you name it, I haven't really been excited for anything. Oh yeah, of course the YSL blushes. I still haven't bought the YSL blush, okay? Nocturnal Nude is still not available here, not even in store. I went to actually ask, because one of the stores even removed Nocturnal Nude from their display, so I don't know if they're ever planning to have it. Maybe they just removed it because currently they don't even have it in store. The other place still had it on display in store, and I thought, well, maybe they have it actually physically in store. They did not. For my blush, I'm going to take the Chanel what is this called again? The Joux Contrasté Intense in the shade Rose Radiant. Beautiful formula. This is one of the newest blush releases from Chanel. I think Chanel have a new release, but I have absolutely zero interest in it. There is a quad with some interesting looking shades, but not stuff I don't have. It is Baked Gelée, so there might be interest from some of you, because it is a beautiful color story and there are some interesting colors in there. But I think between Bobbi Brown and Pat McGrath and the fact that I don't really need a coral in a Baked Gelée, or you know, any other type of shade, because I don't really use corals all that much on my eyes, I just don't have any interest in that quad. There is also some sort of a blush like face powder thing in that collection, also no interest in that. But I forgot how much I enjoy this formula and this color from Chanel. Really stunning color, really buildable formula, really flattering on the skin. I used it yesterday as well, and I thought to myself, why am I not using this blush more often? I really like it. Taking an oldie but a goodie to highlight, this is Ozone, the Skin Glazing in Ozone from Nabla. Beautiful Baked Gelée highlighters. Anyone else sharing my deep interest in these quads? And if you are, which ones are you planning to buy? I know it sounds completely insane, but like I low-key want all three of them, because all three of them have something different to offer. And again, if I find them with 25% off on Look Fantastic, they shall all be mine. If I don't, maybe I'll start with two and I will decide about the third one, or I'll get to the third one later on, or maybe in like a refill or something, because you can buy the refills. Like these components from Prada, they're all refillable. I'm going to set all the powders on my face with Fix Plus. And with their lipsticks I don't mind, because it's easy. You just pop out the lipstick, you pop the new one in, but with the eyeshadow inserts it's a bit more of a hassle, so I don't know that it would be something I want to do, and I can't really buy only the outer component, so I'm a little bit in doubt whether that would be a smart move for me personally. I've zoomed you in up close and personal, and we can get started on the eye look. I'm going to take the Prada quad in the shade Pulse, which is 0, I want to say this is 03, but I could be lying. Oh yeah, it is 03, it actually says on the packaging. And I'm going to do a look with these three eyeshadows over here, and I will be completely honest with you. There are two shades in here that I use all the time and two that I hardly ever touch. These two I absolutely freaking love. This one here in the middle, I'm going to use that in a little bit as a one and well, I will start the look off as a one and done with this shade as a base, and it just looks glorious on its own. Every time I put it on my lids, I swoon because I think it looks so pretty. It has such a beautiful texture to it. So these are like a cream to powder formula. This is like one of my favorite formulas out there currently, and these are the creme de la creme of cream to powder formulas. I absolutely love them. So I'm going to take this shade here in the middle, which is a beautiful taupe satin shade, and I'm going to apply that all over my lid as a one and done to start the look off with. And to be honest with you, if I were someone who enjoys extremely simple looks, this shade could be a one and done moment and I would not need anything more. Just look how perfect this is. I just love this shade so very much. So Prada has me in a chokehold with these new 3 quads, and I literally cannot wait for them to be available to purchase. And like I said, I'm probably going to buy 2 off the bat, and the shades that I'm thinking about are 7 and 8. No? Is that true? I think it's 7 and 8. I'm not entirely sure, but well, it doesn't matter. They do look like 50 Shades of Beige if you look at them online, and I really hope that they're going to be just really stunning in real life. Next, I'm going to take the metallic taupe shade. It has a slightly different undertone. This is more like a rosy taupe, and this is more of a silvery taupe, and they have a different finish. The one that I first put on my lid is a satin, and this has a high shine metallic finish, and that's pretty much how their quads are always organized. You have more like an actual matte here. The little stripe which has the deepest color is a matte. Then the colored eyeshadow usually has also a matte finish to it, but it has a gorgeous like latexy, fluffy, you know, it's like a little cloud of powder. I don't know how to describe this. They're so stunning on the lids. Then in the center you have a satin finish, and there's always one high shine metallic eyeshadows. And in the new quads over here where the metallic eyeshadow is, supposedly there are shades which are duochromatic. The collection is called something with hollow neutrals. Definitely go and watch Claudia's video if you want some details on these quads, because she's, I think, the only one who has any sort of information posted online about these. She discusses the color stories, but also you can see pictures of these on the Italian Sephora website. So this looks really pretty. It doesn't really require much more, but because I'm wearing a purple dress and I want to add a little bit of like a sparkly purpley element, I'm going to take Wycon Marshmallow. So this is one of the Visionary eyeshadows that I purchased recently. I'm going to take a few flakes of this. So you really only need a few flakes if you want a fairy dusting. If you want a full-blown, you know, effect like this, you can put this over a glitter glue, but I'm just looking for a fairy dusting effect. And I'm just going to put that here all over mostly the center portion of the lid. This eyeshadow palette doesn't really have a shade that would work as an inner corner highlight for me, so I'm actually just going to take the Skin Glazing from Nabla again, and I'm going to apply that here in my inner corners to highlight. And then we're going to go back into the Prada quad, where the first step will be a fairly boring one. I'm just going to take the taupe here in the middle to run that on my lower lashes. And I want to try again to use my least favorite shade in this palette, which is the stripe of Purpley Maroon, because Purpley Maroons and I do not see eye to eye. Not my favorite undertone of eyeshadow on my eyes. But I figured what we could possibly try to do with this shade, and might look fun, is a little baby wing with this eyeshadow. And I'm going to wet it, so I'm going to take out my Duraline from Inglot. There's this little potion here. It is a mixing medium, and I'm going to apply like a drop or two in the eyeshadow. So I just pick a corner where I'm going to do this, so I'm going to just put it over here, and I'm going to, in that manner, like wet it. You can turn any powder eyeshadow into a texture that allows you to essentially have a liquid eyeliner in any sort of color. And then I'm going to grab the eyeshadow and I'm going to try to apply a little baby wing. Ooh, that is quite dark and quite intense. Let me and I haven't done wings in such a long time. I really have to concentrate here, you guys. So I'm just going to speed through this, okay? I actually really like this. That's really pretty. I'm noticing also something very interesting. Usually when I put Duraline and mix it with a matte eyeshadow, Duraline soaks up into the eyeshadow really quickly, whereas right now Duraline is still somewhat sitting on top of the eyeshadow. Let me just quickly show you. See? So usually by now it will have just been absorbed by the eyeshadow, and now it's sort of like sitting on top of the eyeshadow. So that's interesting. That's never happened to me before. To be honest with you, I actually quite like it as a liner. As a liner it looks really pretty because it becomes a bit more intense and a bit more dark purple, and it really fits the color of my dress. And of course we cannot finish off a Prada centered look without using one of their beautiful lipsticks. Today I'm actually wearing one of their hyper mattes. I usually talk about the soft mattes because I absolutely love that formula and the two shades that I have from it, but their hyper matte formula is actually just as good. I just think it's not less special compared to the soft matte, but I think the soft matte just has something to it that even the hyper matte doesn't have. The hyper matte feels very similar, but it is, you know, similar to a lot of other comfortable, beautiful, high-end luxury matte lipsticks, such as the Gucci ones, such as Pat or Lisa. Although I still feel like it has a bit of that plushiness and latexiness that the soft matte has as well, but I still think the soft matte one is the truly exceptional one. Anyway, I don't know why I'm going off on this tangent. This is the hyper matte in the shade Mahogany, which is not necessarily a perfect fit for the color of my dress or the eyeliner, but I still think it works really well with the look. And I haven't really used it in a while. I've used the soft mattes on camera quite a bit recently, but I haven't used this one in a while, so I figured I would, you know, demo it again for you. I hope that you enjoyed this look. Let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about these new quads. Who else is excited to get them? Which ones are you getting? If anyone has any useful information about when these are going to be released, please do share in the comment section below. As usual, thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!